so desperately to apologize every day to darker skinned actresses, to say, I'm sorry that I'm the one chosen. My mama looks like you. My mum looks like you. And it's been very painful to have women that look like my mum feel like I'm not representing them, that I'm taking from them, taking their men, taking their work, taking their truth. I didn't mean to.
Okay, so I know this story is an old one, but I did just want to say a few things about this because this lines up with something that I've noticed. Nobody asked Thandi to do this. Um, when I first heard this apology, in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, what movie is she doing? And maybe she's trying to aggravate black women to kind of put her new movie out there in the public eye. Because, you know, in the makeup industry, I mean, it seems like multiple different industries, what they will do, they will say something nasty and negative about black women to get a response. And you know how black women are. We have a problem with just being quiet. We usually have to cape for everyone and comment on everything and give everything attention. We can't just see it for the joke and the desperation that it is and just leave it alone. It's the whole TikTok thing. They just purposely make videos slandering black women or comparing black women so they can get views, because they wouldn't be able to do it if they focused on their preference, if they focused on themselves, because they're not that interesting. They have to pop and get that attention if they mention black women, because black women are the shit. But with Thandi, I actually like Westworld. I haven't watched it in a while, but I did watch it when it first came out. I kind of like the series, but not for her. But besides that, I knew it was a project that she had coming out, is why she was even prompted to do this. And the bad acting in this apology video is what offends me the most. A preference or biracial mixed person taking roles for Black people who are unambiguously Black is not a new thing. It's a known thing. And for her to set up here, she basically sat here and gave an apology that no one wanted or asked for, and she victimized herself. Basically, she was saying, she gets all this hate for her light skin, and she never knew she was light skinned. I refuse to believe that because she is from across the pond that she was considered dark skinned. That's a fucking lie. I'm calling that for what that is. I'm sorry. There are dark skinned Black people across the pond, and nobody told her that. The only way I can see that ever happening is that she did not engage with Black people, and she was the darkest thing that they had ever seen in their lives. That's the only way I would believe that. Sorry for taking your men and her husband is white. So what? Did she date a Black person and then a Black woman got mad? That would have nothing to do with her light skin and mixed features. That would have to do, if they were dating the man at the same time, if this man was playing the Black woman, that is a whole other thing. She married a white person. It doesn't make sense to me. And also, she said taking your work. That's the biggest thing. A lot of biracial people within the industry, they like to play these games in different industries actually. They are Black when convenient. They use their Black ancestry when a good opportunity comes around, and then they want to wave that semi-partial 1/18th or half Black card when it would benefit them monetarily, but then any other time they're mixed race, right? If they experience racism and they put themselves in a position where they're in a sea of ivory and someone notices that 1/18th in them and says something racist or racially charged, they then want to cry foul and they want to bring out that 1/18th card and use it and get sympathy and stuff. I can't blame them because there's a lot of Black people who hang on to that one drop rule. We don't do this over here. I'm sorry. I don't see biracial people as white or Black. They're mixed race. They're biracial. And in our community, biracial women are Black and biracial men are biracial. It's a lot of fuckery that goes on, and it's sad. But yeah, with her and this fake ass apology, she doesn't care. She doesn't give a damn about taking roles and work from dark-skinned Black women and unambiguous Black women at all. She literally sat up there and said that she's been victimized by Black women because of her light skin. This is a biracial, mixed, and even very light-skinned Black woman victim excuse they use. They think that everybody has a problem with them because they're light skin or they have curly hair or because of their features are not unambiguously Black. They think someone is hating on them, jealous of the honey. I fall into the brown skin category to the point that people are comfortable saying things, and I've heard these conversations from light skin mixed women and mixed Latina women that sit up here and say, yeah, these little nappy headed Black kids, they didn't like me because of my hair and I was pretty and light skinned and they were jealous. They really believe that shit. It wasn't just kids being kids. It wasn't somebody didn't like your nasty energy, or maybe you came into their circle with that nasty I'm better than energy that your parents passed to you. And that's what put people off, as if light-skinned, mixed race and biracial women are just naturally likable and nice. You can be an itch. You know what I mean? You can be an itch, and that's why people don't like you. Has nothing to do with what you look like. But yeah, she victimized herself. She said she's not going to think about you darkies when she's taking these roles. She's going to get her bag. She's going to take your role, because this role in this movie, which I'm not going to see and I don't think anybody cares about, it was originally written for a white man, and then it was written for a black woman, and then they went and got a biracial woman to fucking play the part. I mean, I expect this from Hollywood. They're full of shit. If black people in entertainment want to cement a legacy, they would create their own Black Hollywood and shut people out. But that's a problem, because black people have a problem with shutting people out. They think it's mean. They think it's mean-spirited. Even though everyone does it to black people, they act like they can't do what's in their best interest, and they have to be fair when no one is fair with them. It's okay to take care of yourself and take care of your own group, but then that will take black people not hating black people like that for that to work, and I don't see that not happening anytime soon. Basically, she is telling you as a biracial woman that she doesn't give a fuck about you and your feelings. She doesn't care if you can't get a bag and sustain your family. She's going to take as many black roles from you darkies as she wants to. That's how it came off to me. She don't give a fuck, and you can take this middle finger. I mean, at this point, hopefully black women do not support her, steer clear of her. She literally used her dark-skinned black mother to give a FU to dark-skinned black women and say, you know what, I'm going to get over feeling. Maybe you should explore why you feel the way you feel inside when you go for these roles, because you know you're fucking wrong. You know you're not right. You know the situation that's going on, and you refuse to stand up, and you're going to take advantage of a effed up situation when you know that this role calls for an unambiguous black woman or a dark-skinned woman, and you walk your biracial ass in there because you do not identify as black. You know you're not black, and you walk in there and you take that role from an actress who is. There is no sisterhood. There is no we're together. There is no togetherness with the collective of biracial, mixed, white Asian. You can go on. Black women have no allegiance with any of these women, because they will step on your neck to reach to whatever they have to. They'll use your identity to get some fame. They will use your swagger to make them money, and don't give a damn about if you are being brought along, if you have any opportunities, if any opportunities are made for you. They don't care. It reminds me of the situation with Kanye West when he wanted biracial models. That's why, you know, what he's going through, he deserves it. Sooner or later, those chickens come home to roost. I remember him saying biracials only. So that was a middle finger to black. What it is, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why people are doing this. The nastiness towards black women is at an all-time high, and everyone is doing it, including black women and black men in the community. This shit is sad. You know, I have to take a break from listening to these stories and how black women are talked to, talked about, and talked down to, because this shit was offensive to me. I mean, I don't even think she was directing that to me, because like I said, I'm more on the brown skin side, but that shit was even offensive to me, because I see through your fake ass acting. Like, I don't understand how the fuck she has a career on her acting alone. I'm sorry. She does not inspire me. She is not an extraordinary actress. And the kicker is, a dark-skinned black woman by the name of Oprah gave her start in the fucking industry. But the most hate she's gotten is from black women. Fuck her. That's one. Two, she doesn't want to talk about the racism that she experienced across the pond because she was biracial. She's not going to sit up here and tell me that she didn't experience anything on the other side as far as white people being racist to her because of her biracial identity. But she wants to come here and say that because she's light skinned and, you know, everyone's told me I'm beautiful because I'm biracial and all that shit. She doesn't want to talk about the real deal. She literally wants black women to support her as a black woman, even though she's not, and she's taking roles from black women that call for black women. This is in fucking sight. The audacity, the entitlement, the tone deafness of her bullshit. I mean, I don't know who gassed her up to do this, but they literally was trying to get her little bit of career that she has cut off. They must not like her. But, you know, this just reminds me of so many other situations that happened. This with Thandie Newton, a whole situation with Zoe Saldana. If you remember, she played Nina Simone. She had a prosthetic nose. They did blackface on her body to make her darker, and then she came out apologizing and crying because she didn't get accolades for the movie, and nobody watched the movie, and nobody gave an F about that movie. Because you mean to tell me out of the 12% of black people here, you can't find a dark-skinned woman who looks like Nina Simone and can act? Fuck out of here. This is disgusting. One, this is why their careers is actually flatline, both of these actresses. And also, this is why Hollywood is dying. It's dying. I mean, I'm not the type of person, that's why they went into streaming. I stopped going to movies. I stopped going to movie theaters. Every so often there's a movie that I will like. A lot of the things that I watch is on YouTube. I like watching real people, to be honest. Hollywood's dying. It really is. It's on its last leg, because the only thing that I see coming out is superhero movies. That's it. They are banking on superhero movies. I haven't seen a really good movie in a while, because they do hide a lot of these independent movie makers, which I like that. Like, if something is not, you know, from a big studio. I haven't been impressed with big studios, and I think that may be why she also came out, because I think a lot of movies have been flopping and falling dead, and like I said, people are not really into this old Hollywood model, where you have these 150 200-year olds studios, and they're just coming out with crap stuff that people don't want to see, and they are stifling new creators, new growth. And this is why people are pulling back and not interested at all. There's nothing new under the sun that they are putting out. Nobody wants to see this movie from her. Nobody asked for this apology. I never heard a dark-skinned black woman ask for an apology. And let's get something straight. If a black man is on you, it's because he sees you as a preference most of the time. 99.9% of the time, it's an internal issue with him and his blackness. So you can keep him. That's one. Two, as far as the movie roles, a lot of that has to do with Hollywood, is why she's able to get those roles to begin with, because they really don't give a damn about her. They just are willing to bring in something as close to whiteness as they can get without pissing black people off, because they know black people subscribe to that one drop rule. But I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Let me know what you think about Thandie Newton and her fake ass apology. And also I want to know what you think about that badass acting when she was pretending she was crying. Let me know about that, because that was the most offensive thing, and I'll see you in the next one.